That's right. I'm back. I am Edbane Grylls. Welcome back to another season of Edbane Grylls of the Forest, where we take things to the next level and I show you even more survival tips and tricks to keep you alive on the island of Sons of the Forest. Here we go again. Woo!
I think he's wise to us. Hang on, we got a raccoon. Loud and big and make as much noise as you can and give the pilot his best chance of finding you. Hello! We basically just want to steer clear of that.
This time I'm dropping off the southeast coast of the island into the ocean, where I'm going to make my way inland.
I've got to get out of this water as quickly as possible, because there may well be sharks. I'm extremely afraid of sharks.
The thought of a shark biting my leg off has spiked my adrenaline, so I'm beginning to gulp water and I need to get out fast.
Okay, so I've touched down on the first little island, and immediately I need to be thinking about food. This here, this will do nicely. What we've actually got here is a turtle, and they're extremely vulnerable and a rich source of protein. So, the way to deal with these, actually just get your axe and give it a good old whack on the head, and as you can see, it's the most humane way to deal with it. And that's actually going to come in handy later, and we're going to take all the guts, meat, and of course, the head. Now, turtle head is rich with vitamins, the eyes are full of protein. Naturally, it's still dripping some blood here, and we don't want to waste any of that. I'm going to try and take a bit down. Fantastic. Let's get moving. So, I've got a fair bit of ocean to cross, and there are a lot of factors. The ocean currents could pull me back out, and I could get caught in a riptide. So I need to make a straight run to the island. Now I want to focus, keep my head above the water. So I do not want to swallow some of this stuff. That gets in my lungs, I'll drown.
I was unaware that meanwhile my crew had got caught in the currents.
I appear to have lost my crew.
After some exhaustive efforts, I managed to regroup with my crew, and we both made it to the island.
So the first thing I want to be thinking about is getting some form of food and shelter, and perhaps even a fire going. So what I'm going to do is head higher up into the forest here and see what I can get in terms of supplies. Cut down some of the shrubbery. We can use the leaves It's a form of kindling. If we dry them out. It's okay, just stay close and I'll teach you how to survive. I need to get to higher ground, create some kind of signal fire to be rescued. But in order to do that, we need to use some of the resources around this region. Now this water is stagnant and it is not recommended that you take this down, but in a survival situation, it's good to go. It's always good to fill up on this stuff when you can. Oh, beautiful. Right, let's keep moving. Alright, I appear to have come across some form of totem. This means there may be tribal people in the area, so we do want to get out of here as quickly as possible, as I do not want to upset the local tribes. There's a story of a man who came out here. He tried to get food from the local tribes. They ended up burning him alive and eating his flesh. So, don't do that. There's a variety of stones and sticks that can be used to create some sort of trap, or be used in construction of a small camp where I can eventually cook off some of the food we catch tonight. This is ideal. And this is where we're going to make camp for the night. Now I want to make sure you cut away all the surrounding shrubbery, because what it will actually do is expose you, but also let you see what's coming at you. There's always a risk of ants in the leaves, and you do not want ant bites, trust me. So, now we've cleared some of that away, I'm going to use the tarp from my chute to make a tent. Yeah, that's perfect. And we're going to prop that up with a stick. And voila, we have a basic camp. We've got a couple of these sticks here, and just sort of whack them down, give it a good old snap. And with that kindling we found earlier, we're just going to light it up, and that'll go nice and quick. And we have ourselves a basic fire. So what I'm going to do is get my pot, some of that water we've collected, whack that down, and we'll boil off that turtle. Smells lovely. Let's climb over that region and get to the higher land up there and move into the forest, where hopefully we can do some hunting. Food is even ready. Oh, you know, it's not the best tasting seafood broth I've ever had, but it'll do, and at least it's warming. Let's keep moving on. So I'm well fed, I've got a full stomach, I've had some rest, and I'm ready to tackle that cliffside. Let's get moving. So I'm just going to safely scale this mountainside here, what we're going to do is use a military tactic, and that is basically just to use your feet to sort of grip the edge and slowly kind of slide down. And if you walk backwards, you can actually get down safely. Okay, come on. You good? Let's move. Fuck. I know exactly what I'm doing. So while we're moving through, it's always good to gather as many of these unique supplies as you can. And I'm just going to get some of these large rocks, which are definitely going to come in handy later. Just going to get as many of these as we can in our bags, big and small. And actually cut down some of these trees here to get some sticks. So if we're going to hunt these animals, we're going to need a bow. Okay. Let's get round this mountain. We've reached the base of the mountain, and I'm going to show you how to get up safely. Tree climbing can be an extremely dangerous task. But if you keep the right footing, you can accomplish anything. So I'm going to use mostly my legs, make sure I give my upper body a rest. Otherwise I'll exert myself, I can slide down. So I'm just going to work my way up the grooves. Sort of push my back into the rock. And work our way up. Oh. Stuck. And in a situation like this, you do not want to panic. Just, yeah. Through it, and voila, we're up. This is a game trail, so we don't want to be on this for too long because there may actually be predators going through this area, so we do not want to run into any bears like that. So let's get on through as quickly as possible. Come on. Okay, so we appear to be quite near to some indigenous people, and yeah, that's a human skull inside a ribcage. So we definitely don't want to be around here for a long time.